We've dropped into Broadway Enginnering in Bristol, one of the latest acquisitions, Citizen L20, and as you'd expect, LFV, low frequency vibration. Brian, first of all, how long have you been using Citizen machines?
I've been using Citizen machines now for 15 years. This one I've only been using for 2.5 months now.
Okay, when you say this one, with the LFV?
With the LFV, yes, that's right.
Big question then, LFV, how do you find it?
It's wonderful to use. It's easy to up the amplitudes of the frequency and the pulses, which helps stop all the stringing and stuff that we would normally get using older Citizens.
Okay, so straight away, no birds nesting, but as you said, you can change it.
Yes, you can change the pulses and the frequency quite easily just by upping and downing.
Okay. And it's easy to turn it on and off as well?
Yes, very easy. It's just one code on, one code off.
I see. Now, just quickly on the specification of the machine, what do you actually got in there?
I've got 7 axes. I've got quite a few driven tooling within your y-axis. I've also, on this particular model...
Well, let me just stop you there. First of all, eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that is not chipping, that's some swarf coming off the machine there. Now, the reason is, we were filming in the machine, we wanted to see what was going on, so we ran it dry. The LFV was still having an effect on the swarf, as you can see from this picture, where the swarf itself is actually corrugated, so it's still working away to its heart's content. But when the machine's running normally with a lubricant, it's chipping away, as you can see by all the chips in this bin in the picture we took when the machine was up and running. That's it, back to the video.
Have an angular head, which will drill angles on side of bars and stuff.
Okay, so ultimately it gives that flexibility to make those really complex components,
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Now also another question in terms of your spindles, guide bush, non-guide bush?
This is a non-guide bush version, which increases the bar length. The bar are a lot shorter, so you're getting more out per bar than you would with a guide bush.
Okay, but also making those shorter parts, so your sliding head, as every engineer will know, you get the nice long parts, non-guide bush, shorter parts?
Yes, shorter parts, but still holding the tolerances that you need to be holding in airspace.
Well, we've got a great example of that with the component we'll look at in a minute, but in terms of the LFV, what are you finding with that?
I'm finding it, I'm still learning, but I'm really finding it very useful. And it's just a matter of the materials that we use are really quite difficult to machine, and it's just a matter of finding the right pulses and the right frequency to stop the nesting.
Yeah, okay. So you said stop the nesting, so previously a lot of operator intervention.
It could be, and it also reduces the hours it works overnight.
Okay, so previously a lot of operator intervention, stopping and starting. Now, you quoted some times earlier, you left about 5:30 one evening.
Yes, I had I finished at 5:30. I set the job and it finished at 7:30 the next morning.
So let's just clarify, 7:30 the next morning, so 14 hours
14
running.
hours running unmanned.
Okay. What about things like tool life and actual cycle time?
Well, with the LFV, because the frequency and stuff like that, you don't get any nesting that you would necessarily get. And it also helps hold swarf of the tools as well.
Okay, so improved tool life essentially.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what I do like to do every time is great machines, but what do you make on it? You've got a great example here. Let's have a look.
Yes. This is a part for aerospace. It's an undisclosed grade of material. The good bit about this is I'm using a 1.5mm boring bar and producing a 1mm radius, which I'm able to go under, below centre line, and with previous machines without the LFV, I would get a nesting on the boring bar, which would then snap it. But the great thing about it is, with the Citizen, you split your cycle time. So a job that would normally, on a normal mill turn lathe, would take 5 minutes. On here, you would expect it to half it and then increase it again, because it runs on oil, which improves your tool life, if you like. But I'm able to move both spindles separately, so they're both doing 2 different operations in one. And you won't. The beauty thing about it is that you will not ever get a pit.
Right. Okay. So with the twin spindles, obviously, as all engines like, you're getting a second part for free, essentially.
Yes, essentially, and both spindles hold very tight tolerances.
Oh, okay. So you're getting a really accurate part, great finish, much less operator intervention.
Yeah, it's it's a lovely machine.
So all that, I think that gives it a great summary there. It's a lovely machine. Brian, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.